I'm just saying it's time for you to leave. Can't you look at yourself in the mirror and feel embarrassed? Are you embarrassed by me? Yes, it's everything. It's frustrating that even my close friends and boss are here. Thinking that people will find out you're becoming part of the family is embarrassing. My name is Melanie. I was born with a physical condition, and as you can see, I use a wheelchair instead of my legs. I grew up in a family of four. My parents, who are now in heaven, and my lively brother Anthony. My late parents raised me with just as much love and care as any other child, showering me with affection. My slightly overprotective but kind brother Anthony has always been a strong supporter. That's how I've been living a happy life. And now, Madam CEO, here's the schedule for this month. I'm grateful and happy to be busy, but I do wish for a little break. In fact, despite my appearance, I'm the CEO of a company. Even though my body is different from others, I do my best in what I can do. That thought drove me to study hard, not wanting to be outdone by others. Being naturally competitive, my hard work paid off, and I was able to start my own business. While I'm discussing the schedule with my secretary, excuse me, I've got a call. Hello, Anthony, what's up? Hey, sorry to bother you when you're busy. Actually, I'm getting married, so I wanted to tell you first. Melanie, really? Congratulations. What's the person like? We met through work. A kind person, really good at cooking and housework. Just wonderful. That's great. As your sister, I'm relieved you found someone. Stop talking like our mom, will you? Well, I was just worried if you could really find someone wonderful. Haha, well, the wedding is set for 2 months from now. That's quite sudden, isn't it? With how things are nowadays. We just thought it was the right time. I'm sorry it's all so rushed, but can you make it, Melanie? Of course, I'll be there. It's your wedding after all. I'll make it work, no matter what. Oh, but you better make it to my wedding too. Thanks. Wait, your wedding, Melanie? I haven't heard anything about it. Haha, don't work too hard. Okay, see you. As I frantically managed my work schedule for the wedding, my secretary watched over me with a warm gaze. Being in different industries, my brother and I are both busy people. Despite never having met his fiancée even once, the day of the wedding arrived. As I was about to enter the venue, "Hey, you there. Wait a moment. Oh, are you talking to me? Aren't you, by any chance? What? It's obvious, isn't it? I'm the bride, the star of today's show. Nice to meet you. I'm Melanie, Anthony's sister. I'm glad to meet you. By chance, I met Victoria, the bride. I greeted her, but her attitude seemed off somehow. While I found Victoria's demeanor odd and was wondering about it suddenly. Hey, what's with this woman? I can't believe this. Victoria, what happened all of a sudden? Don't touch me, please. I wasn't informed about having a sister with such a condition. I knew Anthony had a sister, but not like this. I had no idea you were like this. It seemed Victoria didn't approve of my appearance. The reason she seemed displeased when we greeted each other was apparently this. What's the matter with you? I don't care if you're Anthony's sister or whatever. That's a separate matter. How will you compensate if you infect me with something? Please calm down. There's nothing about me that you can catch. Keep quiet. Your droplets are spreading. I can't believe this. People like you should have been mentioned beforehand. Finding this out on the same day as the wedding is the worst. What about me is the worst? You should figure it out yourself, right? Besides, Anthony and I are getting married, so I'll have to interact with you whether I like it or not. If people find out that someone like you is my sister-in-law, I'll be humiliated in front of everyone. Use your head a bit. Use my head? What do you mean? I'm saying you should be considerate enough to leave. Can't you look at yourself in the mirror and feel ashamed? Embarrassment? Am I an embarrassment to you? Yes, all of it. Everything. Ah, it's so frustrating. Even my close friends and boss are here. And to think that people will find out that you're becoming part of the family is embarrassing. Do you always think like this? Huh, that's none of your business. Since I've caught Anthony, the CEO, don't you dare get in my way. I was certain that my brother was being deceived by Victoria, who was clearly putting on an act. My brother, who was always kind and never got angry at all, had also been caught by a strange woman. Before, while remembering those times, I didn't want to cause any more commotion and spoil my brother's wedding further. Thinking of how important this day was for my dear brother, I decided, then I'll be leaving now. I'll just leave the gift here. Huh? I don't need money from someone like you who doesn't look like they could hold a decent job. You're just leeching off Anthony anyway, aren't you? I bet your gift is something measly, like $5, right? Is that so? Then I'll take this gift of $50,000 back with me. It's quite heavy, though. $50,000. Wait. If you had that kind of money, you should have said so earlier. I'll take it. Sorry, I've already put it away. It's impossible now. I'll be leaving then. No, you leave that gift here. And why do you even have that much money? Huh, I see now. That's money you took from Anthony, isn't it? No, actually, I run a company that develops skateboarding equipment with a global reputation. Despite how I look, I do make an annual revenue of $500 million. So, a gift like this is. Then all the more reason to leave that $50,000 here. I'll use it for Anthony and my happiness. Honestly, I don't approve of your marriage with my brother. I can't accept someone like you who's only after his money marrying him. Stop raising your voice. It's your fault for being deceived. What's all this about, Anthony? When did you get here? Looking towards the voice, I saw my brother had appeared at some point. A shocked Victoria said, this is... Well, what are you talking about, brother? No, it's not like that. I'm not after the money at all. I just genuinely wanted to support and be there for you, Anthony. Don't say such things. Hey, Victoria. What did you say to my precious sister, Melanie? What did you mean by what you said to Melanie, Anthony? Ahaha. Why are you so angry? It doesn't matter to me if you're after my money or whatever. You can do as you like. It's my responsibility. And even if we break up someday, I won't be angry. But what I absolutely won't forgive is you disrespecting my dear Melanie. I was very surprised to see my usually gentle and never angry brother raise his voice. But I also felt genuinely happy to hear him standing up for me. Meanwhile, Victoria, scolded by my brother, was, well, then she can attend the wedding. Okay, so first, Anthony, let's calm down, all right? What do you mean she can attend? We don't need your permission, after all. Do you really think I'd go through with the wedding with someone who has been so cruel to Melanie, the most important person in my world? There's no way that's happening. Is there? Why not? I just said your sister can come. That doesn't matter anymore. I can't and won't become family with a woman who insults my family. We're breaking off the wedding? Off the wedding? Why? Both Melanie and I were left by our parents who went to heaven when we still wanted them around. Melanie cried out of loneliness. But she tried to cheer me up when she saw me down. Even though she wanted to cry herself, she held it back and instead gave me the brightest smile. At that time, she was just a kid in elementary school, and I was already in high school, a grown man. She held back her tears so much more than me and told me to smile. That's how I got back my strength. Brother, you remembered that? Of course I do. How could I forget? You were holding back so many tears but still managed to smile. I still remember that smile of yours to this day. That's why, even when work gets tough, I think of her smile and it keeps me going. She tried to do house chores she had only learned in home economics, but never actually done, and before I knew it, she wasn't just making meals. She was preparing lunches too. Melanie and I supported each other through life like that. I won't forgive a woman who insults such an important family member. Apologize to Melanie. Supporting each other? Really, that's so exaggerated. Take back every single thing you said to Melanie. Look into Melanie's eyes and apologize properly. Don't say anything else. My brother repeatedly insisted that Victoria apologize to me for the disrespect she showed. We siblings have had our struggles that only we can understand. Maybe that's also why it felt like an insult. As I stood there unable to do anything but watch my brother, someone approached us. Sorry to interrupt. Just popping in here. Hey, do you even understand what kind of company you're working for? What? Why is the CEO here? You see, Anthony has helped me a lot in business, you know. And we even go out for meals together when we have the time in our private lives. Isn't our company a distributor of sporting equipment? Yet your attitude and behavior are utterly unacceptable from any angle. Wait, Henry, why are you here? I'm sorry you had to witness such an unpleasant scene. But do you know Melanie? I had no idea at all. I'm also surprised to learn that Anthony's dear sister is none other than Melanie. I'm in a relationship with Melanie, and I want to marry her. So I'm seeking my brother-in-law's permission. This is what I've been thinking of daily, really bringing this up right now. And suddenly slipping into brother-in-law mode. Typical Henry. This is Henry for you. Melanie is getting married to Henry, but I trust you, Henry. I know you'll take good care of Melanie. No, why is there such a sudden happy atmosphere? Anthony, I swear to devote my life to making Melanie happy. I'm confident I won't lose to you, Anthony. Please allow me to marry Melanie. And you're saying this right now, here. The one who appeared was my boyfriend, Henry, who also happens to be the CEO of Victoria's company. Henry has been mingling with my brother both in business and private life, but neither of them knew how we were all connected. So their surprise was evident. Victoria, witnessing all this, said, "Wait a minute. What? So this woman is the girlfriend of our company CEO, and Anthony, the savvy entrepreneur, is her sibling. That's too lucky. Even if it's luck, it's Melanie who paved her way. She's always been desperate to find what she could do. She's faced everything head-on, used her brains, and worked hard to get where she is now. Don't belittle her success as merely good luck. And just so you know, she just became my fiancée a moment ago. So you understand? Understand what it means to insult the woman I'm marrying, right? So what if I did? I don't know if it's a girlfriend or fiancé or Melanie or whatever. What's a CEO going to do, huh? It's just personal stuff anyway, right? Well, yes, but there are clients here, and the company's name is involved, right? Your remarks, Victoria, are a serious issue. It's a pretty problematic statement in general. In my company, that would easily be grounds for dismissal. I also don't want to deal with a company that harbors such individuals. Wait, you can't just fire me. That's going to be a problem. I apologize. Just forgive me. I absolutely can't stand the idea of someone like you becoming my sister-in-law. If you can't understand why, you need to apologize. There's no point in talking any further. Wait, please. Both breaking off the wedding and getting fired are problems. How am I supposed to live if that happens? Why don't you just look for another company? I'm done with you. But at least get me a job at your company, Anthony. What? Your way of thinking is messed up. There's no way you'd get hired after all this. Anyway, it's impossible because I'm Anthony's family. It's embarrassing, isn't it? Victoria, realizing she's about to be both broken off and unemployed, was panicking. It's not embarrassing. I just misspoke earlier. If you call it misspeaking, doesn't that mean you actually think that way, Victoria? Do you really have any intention of apologizing? It doesn't seem like it, does it? I've had many people look at me in various ways, but you're the first to hurl such abuse directly at me. It was quite a shock. Now I understand firsthand that there are people who think like you. Wait, does that mean you'll forgive me? No, I won't forgive you. Who wouldn't be upset after hearing such things? Would you be happy if it were you, Victoria? If it were me, I'd probably respond twice as harshly. That's how it is. It's going to be tough for you from here on. But good luck, because marrying a woman like you who lacks even a shred of compassion is impossible. Marrying someone who spews hurtful words so easily would probably disappoint our parents in heaven too. That's true. Mom was kind, and Dad was very compassionate. I see. I just realized my ideal image of a couple was that of my parents. I was too slow to realize I want to become a couple like that with Henry, you know? We can become like them together, Melanie. Ah, Henry, would you mind letting go of Melanie's hand for a moment? It seems that your mind settled down completely, brother. And one more thing, remember that we're billing you, Victoria, for all the wedding expenses, okay? Ouch, that's going to hurt the wallet. Well, dear best Victoria, but I can't have the wedding called off. I've already told all my friends and I've posted about the dress, the food, the venue visits on social media. Then maybe you should delete those posts. Surely the majority who sees them are strangers, right? Is it really fun to boast to people who don't even know who you are? See you around. Wait, this is seriously impossible. Think it over, please. All right, I feel like I hear something, but let's not mind it and move on. Wait, where are you going, brother? We're off to host an engagement announcement party for Henry and Melanie. Well then, my princess, shall we go? Wait, what? Brother Henry. Hey, this is suddenly so embarrassing. Thanks to my brother's thoughtful arrangement, the wedding was transformed into an engagement announcement party for Henry and me. Many work colleagues were invited, and there were lots of mutual acquaintances. As soon as Henry and I greeted everyone, my brother burst into tears. Some people laughed at the sight, while others, perhaps empathizing, shed tears too. Thanks to my brother's good nature, Henry and I could announce our engagement in a warm atmosphere. Meanwhile, Victoria was expelled from the venue. As my brother said, Victoria ended up paying the entire cost of the ceremony, and she had to take on debt to make the payment. Victoria had hoped to flaunt the titles of CEO's wife and working celebrity for a while after the marriage. However, reality was harsh. She was dismissed from her job, and instead of being a CEO's wife, she's spending her days chased by debts. Moreover, unluckily, since she planned to live with my brother, her apartment was already terminated. Some people in the same industry claimed to have seen her in the park, but whether it was really Victoria remained unknown. And as for me, Melanie is finally getting married. Don't worry, the two of us will live happily together. That's right, brother. Henry is trustworthy. I know it's safe, but still, what's this feeling? Hey, Anthony, if it's not too presumptuous of me to suggest, could the three of us visit the grave on our next day off? I'd like to greet your parents too. Henry, you're such a good guy. Hey, brother, you're going to make me cry again. Haha. Thanks to Henry's suggestion, our next day off will be spent visiting her parents' grave. Though my brother broke off his wedding, he seemed to be his usual self, which was reassuring. I hope someday a wonderful person appears for my brother too, and that he becomes the happiest man in the world. Thinking such thoughts, I felt my brother share the same feelings. Looking up at the sky, there was a clear blue expanse without a single cloud. Watching the profile of my brother gazing at the sky, I silently conveyed in my heart, "Thank you for raising me with so much care."